Hello, HCISD. I'm Dr. Alicia Noyola, your Superintendent of Schools. Joining me from the HCISD Performing Arts Center today are the top 10 students from our Harlingen School of Health Professions. Their placement in the top 10 represents their hard work throughout these past 4 years and their dedication to reaching the goals they've set for themselves. We take this time to chat with them about their experiences in our schools and showcase their achievements while providing our future graduates with words of wisdom as they too continue their pursuit of academic excellence. To begin, I'd like to go around the room and ask our students to introduce themselves, name all HCISD campuses they've attended, and share their plans after high school graduation. So I'm going to start to my right with Jorge.
Hi, my name is Jorge Alvarez, and I started attending HCISD at Stewart Place Elementary. And then after that, I went to Vela, and I ended up attending high school at Harlingen School of Health Professions. And after graduation, I plan on going to Austin and studying software engineering.
UT Austin?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Evelyn Torres, and I started my school years at Bonham Elementary, then continued on to Gutierrez Middle School, and then Harlingen School of Health Professions. I plan on attending Texas A&M University in the fall by studying psychology in hopes of becoming a lawyer.
Congratulations, Evelyn.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Brianna Salinas, and I've attended James Bowie Elementary, Coakley Middle School, Harlingen School of Health Professions, and I planned on attending UTRGV for a bachelor's in biomedical sciences.
Welcome, Brianna. Congratulations to you. Welcome.
My name is Walker Alexander, and I started in HCISD in 8th grade at Harlingen School of Health Professions, and next year I'll be going to Texas A&M University to study engineering.
Well, good. At least we got two people that will know each other when we get there. Mia?
Hi, my name is Mia. I started my HCI journey at Crockett Elementary, then I made my way to Memorial Middle School, and I ended up at the Harlingen School of Health Professions, and I'm going to be continuing my education at TSTC by applying to the dental hygiene program.
Congratulations to you.
Hi. Hi, I'm Maria Vargas. I started at HCISD with Sam Houston Elementary, then I went to Coakley Middle School, and then finally at Harlingen School of Health Professions. I plan to go to UTRGV and major in nursing.
Congratulations, Maria.
Hi, I'm Viviana. I started at HCISD at Dr. Rodriguez Elementary, and then for middle school I went to Gutierrez, and then Harlingen School of Health Professions. I plan to go to Texas A&M University, and I'm going to major in biomedical.
Congratulations, Viviana.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Linda Gonzalez. I've attended Long Elementary, then Memorial Middle School, and then Harlingen School of Health Professions. After I graduate, I will be going to UTRGV and majoring in nursing.
Good luck to you. Evelyn.
Hello, my name is Evelyn Torres. I started in HCISD at Jefferson Elementary, then went on to Vela Middle School, then to Harlingen School of Health Professions. And after I graduate, I plan on staying here in the Valley at UTRGV, where I will major in biology.
Congratulations to all of y'all. I'm so excited to see what the future holds and you all accomplishing all your plans. So thank you all for being with me. And so I want to get to hear from your voices, your experiences here in our school district. And so I have a few questions for you. And so our chat is just that. It's an opportunity to chat. And so we'll just talk amongst each other. I have some questions. I may follow it up with a follow-up question based on what you all share. We won't go in order, so we'll just have a conversation. And so I have a question for y'all. And so, we realize that all of you, being on the top 10, are very accomplished in academics. That's what you spent the last number of years focused on. But I know that academics is not the only thing that each of you does. And so can you share with us what other activities you have been involved in during your high school years? And so I'll open it up to anybody here. All right, let me start with Yana and then we'll go to Jorge.
During it was 10th grade summer, I volunteered at Valley Baptist Hospital, and I spent most of June there, which was an amazing experience. I would wake up really early though, but it was great. And we would have weekly shifts, so it was Monday through Friday. And it was an amazing experience because at the end, I actually got to see surgical practice, and I got to be in the OR room, and I got to witness like 3 surgeries. So it was a great experience, and that's what pushed my interest mostly in the medical field, and it was amazing.
Good for you. And so how often, you did that all summer?
I did that all summer until COVID, and then COVID happened, so I didn't get to go back my junior or senior year.
Exciting. This sounds neat. Jorge.
Hi, so as a part of NHS, I also volunteered at a hospital my finishing sophomore year into junior year. I volunteered that summer at Harlingen Medical Center, and it was definitely an experience talking to so many people. I heard some people share some stories with me, and it was nice helping them, being part of the community, and it definitely felt right being there. Apart from that, chess club, I was in it for a while. I was senior class president, and Rotary, yeah.
Congratulations.
I can go ahead and add on to that. Contrary to Viviana, very similar. I have volunteered at Valley Baptist Medical Center during the summer like she did. And I also got to witness a couple surgeries as well. But contrary to her, I did realize the medical field wasn't for me. So I want to go into psychology then. But it was really enlightening, and seeing so many people. I got to even have read the, what are they called? When they come in and they write okay, patient came in with a head trauma, all that stuff. It was like Grey's Anatomy, but very different, very different from it. But it was really cool seeing how they operate and how fast paced it is, because you're saving the patient. It was really cool.
Well, and the great pieces that you found out.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not where I want to be, and not 2 years into college.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. Anyone else?
I'll tell you about my adventures throughout high school. I did orchestra throughout high school, and it was such a great creative outlet. Academics could be stressful at some times, and it was just my way to go and release my stress and energy, and I could create whatever I wanted, whether it be slow and legato or fast and staccato. It was just a great emotion releaser. So, and hanging out with all my friends throughout orchestra was really great too.
Wonderful. Walker, how about you?
Yes, in high school I did track and cross country for the Harlingen Cardinals, and I really did enjoy doing that because I got to grow physically as well, and I just really liked being a part of something outside of school, and I got to meet a lot of new people, and I really liked also just seeing the progress being made as I continued to train. The times were going down, and the distances I was able to go were increasing. And aside from that, I also did Boy Scouts, and I went on lots of camping trips and made a lot of friends too. And I'm actually an Eagle Scout too.
Congratulations to you.
And I'm also in NHS, and I did HOSA.
Anyone else want to say? Maria?
So I was fortunately accepted into the LVN program. I'm also president of NHS. And apart from school, I also have my commitment to my church and my religion, to my faith. So I'm also a youth leader, and I also volunteer as a dancer in folklorico and matachin.
Oh my goodness. I'm trying to figure out how you got all of that done. Linda, how about you?
Throughout my years of high school, I've been involved in band, tennis, National Honor Society, Student Council, PTSA, Rotary Club, and I've also been accepted to the LVN program.
So let me ask y'all, that's a lot of work, it's a lot of activities. How did you all balance your time? How did you still do all of those things and still have the academic success? How did you balance those things for yourself?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I would pull all-nighters sometimes, but it was worth it. But that's because I would procrastinate a lot, which I don't recommend doing.
Good.
But all-nighters, they're memorable.
Anyone else? Jorge.
I also pulled a lot of all-nighters, but time management was key. You needed it in order to do what you had to do.
So what does time management mean? How did you do that?
You need to plan ahead. You need to know, I need to do this homework today, because otherwise I won't do it throughout the week, even though it's you need to do what you can at that moment. You can't put it off to the end because then you won't end up doing it, or it'll be late, or you won't have enough time. You need to plan ahead.
Anyone else?
Well, I guess I actually made myself an agenda throughout the week, and that's what really had helped me. Every single day I went to school, I wrote down all the work I was given, what I needed to complete, all the activities and meetings that I had, the orchestra practices, having church after school, and knowing I have 2 hours to complete so many assignments. I need to know I need to get this done during school or during lunch. So knowing your limits as well. Yes.
Anybody else?
I also did kind of the same thing where I would kind of either map out my week or my day and just pick out little pockets of time that I knew that I would have as spare time. And I would kind of assign like that time to be specific homework or studying. But I, like many others, was not immune to procrastination.
Brianna?
I also think it's important, like George said, time management. I actually purchased a planner and I started writing everything down, the days that I got the homework. And another thing that's very important is don't be afraid to ask for help. Because if you're feeling a certain way, you might be lost. Your friends might know what they're doing, or you might get help together.
Good idea.
I can add to that. And I think COVID has honestly taught us time management, because now that we don't go to school, I know I don't, but it's kind of like college. Like, we actually witnessed our senior year as a college year. You know, we have to log in at a certain time, and then we have like, you know, a good amount of time to do whatever we need to get done, just like college. So time management is going to be very important now that we know what college is going to be like in the future.
Anyone else? So last night we had our academic all-state, and so one of the presenters was talking about what college has been like. She was a former student, and talked about there being a lot of free time that happens, and what do you do with that free time, with that freedom, but yet still continue to stay focused. And so I think to Evelyn's point, I think that's something you all have had to do over time, but you know, specifically this year, I agree with you, it's a little bit of that experience of now that I have to figure out how to use my time and use it wisely. It is an opportunity for you all to learn. So great advice, and so thank you all for sharing that. So let me ask you a second question. So a few weeks ago, the top 10 billboards went up. So talk to me a little bit about, one, how did you find out? And two, what were your thoughts when you saw yourself up there?
I guess I'll go first. My mom had asked whether it had been up or not, because one of her friends was like, "Hey, is your daughter on the billboard?" Mom's like, well, she's supposed to. Is it up? And so we drove over there. I remember turning the street and seeing it there, and I started crying. Crying of excitement, because it was a goal that I had set freshman year, that I told all my teachers and my parents, you know, I'm going to be up there. So going and seeing it was such a, I guess, one relieving moment, but I was very, very proud. So I took our pictures and I made a group chat with everyone. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's up, come see it, this is where it's at. And I think it was just a very memorable moment that I'll never forget.
Congratulations to you, because all of you knew, right? I mean, you all knew you were in the top 10, but it's different seeing it on a billboard. So anyone else? Jorge.
Oh, so yeah, I found out through Mia. I didn't even know about it until Mia made a group chat about it. But I definitely, when I saw it, I felt a little bit embarrassed, you know, having my face up there so big for everyone to see. But I definitely felt proud too, like of all the work I've done, and I could show my mom and dad, hey, look, I did it, I'm up there. And it was a nice feeling, knowing.
Just up there, you're the valedictorian.
Yeah.
So congratulations to you for that. Walker.
I also, like Jorge, I learned about it through the group chat that Mia made, and eventually when I made my way over there to see the billboard, I just felt like so proud of myself whenever I saw that, because I feel like that is like the reward for all the hard work that we've done, all the late nights, and you know, I feel like it's just just, you know, for everyone to see, like, all the work that we put in. You know?
Right on. How about on this side?
I learned the
Maria.
same way through Mia.
Yeah, I
the
think
group chat.
you've answered the
Yes.
first part of the question
Yes.
for everybody.
So immediately after I found out, I was on my way to the hospital, and the billboard was on my way, and I saw it, and I couldn't believe it. I also started to cry, and it was weird because I was in the hospital parking lot crying about a billboard. But I immediately sent the picture to my whole family, and they all responded immediately that they couldn't believe it, and they were so proud, and it just made it so real, seeing my face on the billboard.
Linda.
I also did find out in the group chat. When I saw the billboard with my mom, actually, I felt this huge sense of accomplishment because my goal that I did set in 9th grade, it came to fruition, and it was so fulfilling.
For you. How about you, Evelyn?
I think for the most part, just like everybody, I felt proud, but I think mostly proud because it's an opportunity I got to accomplish. My parents didn't get to finish middle school or even high school, so for them to see me up there, it's like, I mean, I felt proud, and like, I guess like it created gratitude in me because I'm like, they work so hard, so like, for me to like be able to accomplish that, it's just like, I'm thankful like they put all that hard work to see me and my brothers work hard every day, so yeah.
Yeah, how about you?
Actually, every time my grandpa passed, he calls me like, "Oh my goodness, I almost crashed," and I was like, "What? Why?" He's like, "You scared me." He's like, because that's his route to work every day, and he calls me every time he sees it. My grandparents were very proud, and my parents as well, and my whole family. We actually went in the middle of the night after we get Whataburger, because we have Whataburger runs at night, and we all stopped with our Whataburger, and we were all taking pictures and all together, and it was a nice time. It was a nice memory to have before I go to college.
Let me ask you, how many of y'all had set a goal for yourself to be on that billboard? Well, and for those of you who didn't, what a great result of that, right? So, so just congratulations to y'all. It just is. It's very different to know that you're in the top 10 and then to visibly see that. So, yes, Mia.
When I first saw it, I wasn't just proud of myself. I was proud of all of us, because you know, as such a small school, we became a family, and even though it was very hard to get top 10, we were always there for each other, willing to help, and we accomplished this together. And so I'm proud of all of us. I'm proud of all of you. I'm gonna cry. We did it. So.
Congratulations. And that's absolutely what happens when you're at a small school, right? You develop really close relationships in that process. So, you know, someone earlier mentioned COVID and just what this year has been like. And so it's been challenging. It's been challenging in different ways for different people. But, you know, COVID is not the only challenge I'm sure that you all have faced throughout your academic career. There's different things that happen along the way, some hard classes, change, and so forth. But share with me a challenge that you've overcome that you are most proud of.
Mine would be passing AP chemistry. I struggled with regular chemistry, and it was hard. And I was like, I'm gonna challenge myself the following year, so I got it over with. But I had Mr. Chilla, and he was a good teacher.
Good.
But it was fun because my whole class, well, we went through it, but we all went through it together. So we would have studying, but it was difficult. But once I finished that class, I felt like a relief off my shoulders because it was very challenging.
Congratulations. That's an accomplishment for yourself.
Thank you.
Well, good for you. Anyone else? Evelyn?
I think COVID really, we don't really talk about it a lot, but I feel like all of our mental health kind of went like to a decline. You know, we couldn't leave. We were stuck in the same four walls for months, you know, and it was hard. Like for me personally, I keep touching my mic, sorry. For me personally, it was hard and difficult, but one thing that I'm really proud of myself is maintaining my mental health and, you know, telling my parents to a certain point, like, hey, I need help with it. And they were very willing and they helped me, which I'm blessed to have, that family support behind me. And now going into college, I feel more secure and knowing that I'll be okay.
Good for you. Anyone else? Maria?
So I'm not the best at public speaking, and my legs are literally shaking right now. But when Ms. Garza gave me the opportunity to be the guest speaker for the Top 12 ceremony at STEM, I immediately accepted. I knew that I had to share my experience. I knew I had to share the difficulties of school. So I poured my heart out in my speech.
Good for you. That's a tough one. That public speaking is always tough, but it's such an important skill, especially as you all move on and go on your own, right? Because then you have to become your own advocate, and being able to publicly speak and advocate for yourself is a great thing. So I encourage you to keep doing that. It gets easier, I promise. It will. It will. Anyone else? Walker.
2 years ago, I just did the 5K in the Harlingen Marathon, and I saw all of these people finishing the half marathon, and I told myself, like, that's what I want to do next year. And part of me thought I was just kind of kidding with myself, right? Like, there's no way I could do that. But then I just started training more and, pushing myself, and eventually I was able to do it. And I've just felt so proud afterward, because it is just a really difficult thing for anyone to do.
And Walker, how long is a half marathon?
It's 13.1 miles.
I'll drive. I'll drive. I'll bike, but congratulations to you, because that's not just physical, it's also a mental piece as well, right? So congratulations to you. Anyone else? Linda.
I'd say that the LVN program has been one of my proudest challenges. It's a program where you truly understand why it's important to give your best and work hard. And I learned a lot, the importance of showing and understanding to respect not just yourself, but your patients and everyone around you.
And so how long now have you been doing your LVN program?
Well, I have 1 more month to go. This is the last month, and it's been about 2 years.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of dedication and time.
Yes.
So congratulations to y'all for making that decision to be a part of that program. Anyone else?
I think it's just in general, like taking an AP course, really trying to challenge yourself with anything really, whether it's like math or science, psychology, English. It's just like really, it's something I encourage everyone to try, and everyone has tried, and it's a lot of work, and sometimes you feel like giving up. But once you're like acing that course, you feel a sense of accomplishment, like you really did it.
And that's been quite a bit of your all's journey throughout high school. APs have always been a part of the work that you all have done, and so that's a challenge in and of itself. So I'm going to move on to our next question. So one of the things that we always try and do is recognize the efforts of our teachers, because we have some tremendous teachers across this entire district. You have tremendous teachers at Harlingen School of Health Professions. But what I'd like to hear from you all is which teacher here in HCISD, whether it was pre-K to 12th grade, who is that teacher that made you feel that they cared about you and you as a person? And if you could give me some specifics about what did they do specifically that made you feel that way?
I would say Ms. Alejos. She was my teacher since my freshman year of high school, and she was my teacher for, I think, 3 years my 3 years of high school. I think it was my 10th grade year of high school. I actually lost a very close family member, and it was like a difficult time in my life, and also for me, but my mom. It was hard for her, and I remember it was very hard, like I couldn't even focus in class, and she gave me the extra help I needed after school, and she would stay, and she worked with me to actually help me stay on top 10, and I honestly wouldn't have like kept my grades up if it wasn't for her help. And until this day, she actually helped me with my recommendation letters, and she's helped me a lot throughout high school. She's been an amazing teacher.
What does Ms. Alejo teach?
She's taught me geometry. Right now she's teaching me AP calculus, and she taught me algebra.
Great. Anyone else? Jorge.
I think all the teachers at HSHP are amazing. Like, I love all of them. They've helped us out a lot. But freshman year, like Vivi, I lost a close family member of mine. And Ms. Puente, my geometry teacher, I think she was the only teacher that knew. And because I was gone from school for a while, and she came back, she asked, is everything okay? Because she saw I was kind of down. And she made sure I was all right. And when she found out what happened, she worked with me. You know, I got behind in school for a little bit, but she stayed after school to like work with me through the assignments and help me catch up. And she showed me that she really cared about me, and something, it was nice.
And Ms. Puente teaches?
Geometry.
And do you know her first name?
Miss April. Yeah.
April Puente. So shout out to her. Evelyn.
I think one teacher that has really like helped me get through, this whole COVID situation is Miss Berenice Garza. She teaches English, reading, in that area. And a few times during the week, I would go to school, and we would call it like girl talk. Like it would just be me and her in the class. And, I'd like vent to her all my problems and all my issues, and then she'd tell me hers. And she'd just give me so much insight, and like she was my own like therapist, basically, I'd say. But we would just have a great time in class, and it would just be like a bonding experience for us. And I really owe like her a lot of my, calm, my calm mind to her, because I was like, had so many like things going on in my head, and I didn't really want to open up even to my mom about it, some things, because I knew, she's a mom, she would be really judgmental or just a mom. But Miss Garza really helped me in that area.
Good. Anyone else? Maria.
So, like everybody else, you just want a teacher that will listen to you, that will see when you're going through problems. And for me, it was Mr. Espinosa. He is the digital arts teacher at our school, but he also basically represents the LVN program. We have a whole class with just him. And the LVN program, it's difficult. And he would just hear us out. He would just listen to us. We would cry, and he would just fight for us, for what we needed, and for what the struggles we were having. And I really, greatly appreciate him.
Good. Anyone else?
I'll go. One teacher that I've had for 3 years out of high school was Miss Amy Sharp. And she was the type of teacher that was always had a smile on her face. Walk in, smile on her face. Even when you knew she was stressing out because semester exams were coming and kids were getting tired, she always motivated us. But one thing I'll always remember, she had a hobby of making her own little cards and gifts. And I have all of them, by the way. And Valentine's came, she'd give us a little kiss, and she made her own little like bunny scrapbook cards and stuff. And it's the little things sometimes to know that the teachers really went out of their way while she was at home. She was thinking about her students, and it was something I'll always remember, I'll always keep, and so it was great.
So I was looking at you, and I was seeing a lot of heads nodding over here. And so
during my AP exam, I took the AP exam this year for psychology for her class, and before the test, Ms. Gutierrez, and she came in and she had little goodie bags, and there was only 3 of us that were taking the exam, and she's like, these are from Ms. Sharp. And I was like, she made us goodie bags. That's so cute. Like, she did take the time, and she wanted us to make sure that our brains were, fueled from the little energy that we got from the food.
You, Walter?
I would like to thank my pharmacy teacher, Mr. Federico Gonzalez, for because obviously I could not have passed my certification exam without him. I loved being in his class every day last year whenever we used to go to school. I always learned so much, and we got to do hands-on things that we would never have been able to do at any other school. But specifically, I really enjoyed talking to him about like colleges next year, and just I got to vent a lot of my stresses for next year to him, and he would just really help me with that.
So you know what the great thing was, because I just asked you all a general question, and almost every one of you mentioned a different teacher, right? And all of them at School of Health Professions. And so I think just in what you all shared, it really speaks to the type of teachers and the kind of teachers that we have at Harlingen School of Health Professions. And so huge shout out to our teachers at HSHP, and huge thank you for all the work that you've done with our students here. You can tell by their words that they're very appreciative of the support that they've received from the staff. So huge shout out on my end as well. So on a different note, we were talking about School of Health Professions. School of Health Professions happens to be one of our specialty schools here in Harlingen. And so one of the reasons why this school was created was to give students choice and an opportunity to pursue something that you could be passionate about. But we've done that type of transformation in many different ways in different areas. And so aside from School of Health Professions, we have a specialty school at Early College High School. We have a STEM prep academy at middle school. We have a couple of fine arts academies at the elementaries. We opened up a few IB schools. We have some STEM elementary campuses that have opened up. And then certainly all the CTE coursework, like our LVN program, across the district. And so let me ask you, out of all these things that we have done to transform our district and provide choice for students, when you think about it, what's one change that we have done that you think has really benefited HCISD students? So obviously you all have benefited from one specialty school, but any other changes or programs that we have brought about that you think will benefit future students as well? Evelyn?
I think LEH means the Fine Arts Academy is one of the greatest creations that HCISD could have done. Seeing, all these little kids of such talent, starting at such a young age is so incredible. I know I have my little singing in the shower moments. I would have loved to be a part of it, but I'm so glad that future generations are able to express themselves through art and dance.
Welcome.
I also really think that it's great that we have schools like STEM that teach kids about the STEM fields while they're young. That way they can decide if they like things like robotics and science when they go into high school.
Maria?
I love the idea of the increasing number of bilingual elementary schools that we have. I know that if I was introduced to those programs from a younger age, either my English or my Spanish would have been a lot more improved. Obviously, we live in the Valley. Spanish is going to be in our lives forever, and it's a great way to introduce students to more languages.
And so we also opened up our World Languages Academy.
Yes.
And so, we have Mandarin Chinese, we even have sign language there. Because to your point, and really even as you all go off to college, you're going to find a lot more languages that are out there. And so that was something that we thought quite a bit about in terms of how do we support our students moving forward. Anyone else thoughts? Linda?
I'd say that opening HSHP and ECHS have really benefited the HEISD students, that because they provide really great career opportunities, like in Walker said, in STEM, the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics careers.
Wonderful. Any other thoughts?
I think
Brianna?
specialty schools in general really help increase our HCISD's rate of success in our students, because when you're given an opportunity to try something out or do something that you love, obviously you're going to give your all and you're going to make sure you succeed.
I just want to say HCISD has grown immensely, and so many students are going to benefit from it. I watched the ribbon cutting of the Transition Academy, and I thought that is so awesome, having so much diversity within this school district allows students from other school districts to be introduced to ours. And, you know, having family members and stuff that would need that transition school would be helpful in the long run. And I think it's very awesome and inclusive. So thank you.
Thank you all. So one of the things that we always wanted and thought about was allowing students to find what they're passionate about and also meeting the needs of our students. But, you know, find out what you're passionate about now, or find out that you're not passionate about it. Because I would hate for any of our students to reach their junior year of college and then decide, it's not for me, right? And so this opportunity to do it while they're young is one of those purposes behind why we have created so much opportunity and choice for our students. And so, so I'm really excited what the future holds for our students moving forward. So here's my next question for y'all, and give me a chance to find my photo here. So most of y'all are 17, 18 years old. And so you shared your plans right after high school, but I want you to think a little bit further down the line. And where do you see yourselves in 10 years? 27, 28 years old. Linda.
In the next 10 years, I will be working as a nurse practitioner.
There you go. It's not I hope, I will.
I will, yes.
Good for you. Anyone else? Evelyn?
In the next 10 years, I will be a lawyer, hopefully in, not my own practice yet, that's a little more down the line, but I will be with a team of associates.
Good for you. Are you thinking here, out of the valley? What are your thoughts?
I think wherever it takes me, I don't want to like set something, and I do plan on coming back to the valley after to like, yeah, of course. This is my home, you know, I can't just leave it here. I got to come back and share.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. Anyone else? Maria?
So just like Linda, I have a love for nursing. So in a few years, I do want to practice nursing here in the Valley or in Texas. And then eventually I do want to be a nurse in Mexico. You know, I grew up in Mexico. It's my home. And just like Evelyn, I want to give back to them. I want to give back to my country, and I think that would be a perfect way.
For you. So let's go Walker, and then we'll go to Jorge.
Well, at A&M, I am currently going to be in the engineering college. So I'm interested in either civil engineering or aerospace engineering, but probably the more interesting of the two would be aerospace engineering. I know that there's SpaceX down here, so I've thought about maybe doing aerospace and coming back to work for SpaceX and be part of mankind's journey to experience the final frontier of space. So
we're super excited on that partnership and how that will change our area and our valley and the opportunities that are being created. So I'm hoping you'll be able to take advantage of that too. Jorge.
So in 10 years, you know, I will be a software engineer. But apart from work and all that, I want to travel the world. I want to see what's out there. I've been in the valley most of my life, and there's amazing people down here, but I know there's so much more out there. And I want to visit Europe, Asia. I want to see all of it.
Good for you. Good for you. Anyone else? Viviana, and then we'll go to Evelyn.
I want to hopefully have some step at MD Anderson in Houston. They actually saved my grandma's life in a tremendous way. I don't know what I would do without her. She's a huge part of my life. And I hope to give back to that hospital and work there and treat their patients as well as they treat my grandma.
Wonderful. It's a great thought. Evelyn.
Okay, so I think just like George, I also want to be traveling. I still want to be studying to become a dermatologist, but as well I want to live an outside life. I want to travel, and hopefully by then I can be married. But yeah.
Well, I wish you all the best of luck on your goals. You all have proven that you can accomplish all the goals you set for yourself. A lot of you talked about what you had set, goals you had set a long time ago, and you've accomplished those. So I have no doubt that you will be able to do that. But and so this last question, and that's actually not even a question. It's just an opportunity for you to give a shout out to a person or persons that you feel have been really instrumental in your success. And because we have a camera and it's going to point at you, this is your opportunity to give a shout out to one of those or a couple of those people. So I'm going to start with Evelyn over here on this end.
So for me, I think my parents. They played a big role in supporting me and always motivated me to be better. Not only me, but to my brothers as well. They work hard to give us a good life and to see us succeed. So I think my parents.
Good. Linda?
Can I take off my mask for this one? Okay. I like to thank my parents, Ricardo Maldonado and Michael Maldonado. They have, all my life, they've shaped me as to who I am right now. And even for my future, they've shaped me. They've taught me to have a good work ethic. They've taught me to shoot for the stars and to do my best and work my best for everything. So I want to thank them. Thank you, Mom and Dad, if you're watching this. When you watch this, I thank God for you every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Viviana?
I would like to thank my parents, Carlos and Nora, as well as my siblings. Even when I was having a bad day at school or it was just like too stressful, my siblings were always there to put a smile on my face. As well as my little doggy Ziki, love him. My grandparents, both of them, both sides, they've always been so welcoming. When I just needed to get away, I would just stay at my grandparents' house for the weekends and just spend time with them. Also, all the teachers at HSHP, they've been amazing teachers, and they've been with me the whole journey. Just want to thank them.
Good deal. Maria?
I would love to thank my parents, Mario and Josefina. Thank you. You've done countless things for me, and I appreciate them every single day. I don't want to cry. But apart from that, I also want to thank the nurses at Valley Baptist. You know, they take time from their work, from their patients, to also teach us students. And I feel like that is incredible, and it helps a lot.
It does. Mia?
First off, I'd like to thank God for giving me my amazing parents. They were my foundation through my entire high school and educational career. They were my backbone. As Vivi said, when I came home stressed, we'd all just sit down and watch a movie and laugh it off, or they'd help me. Thank you, Leo, my little brother, for always knowing how to put a smile on my face, and all my friends in my family, and all of the HSHP friends for helping me when I needed it, and the teachers as well.
Walker?
Well, I also thank God for giving me both of my parents, Justin and Angela Alexander. I thank them also because they have been shaping me into who I am since I was born. And I wouldn't be here without them, and especially because they've always told me to go for it and follow what I'm passionate about, and just continuously improve yourself every day.
I'd like to give a shout out to my family, like in general, but especially my mom and my sister, Estefania Salinas Garcia, because they're two very hardworking women who provide for their families no matter how tough it gets. They always make sure to have everything that we need. So it's just awesome.
Evelyn?
I'd like to thank my parents, Yvette and Leonela Lanis. Without them, I wouldn't be the person I am today. And my family in general, like everyone has said, they've shaped us. They've shaped who I am, the person I become, the person I will be. And it's always great to have that foundation in your life to, block out the stresses and obstacles that come your way. And I'd also like to thank HCISD, the staff, faculty, everybody that is involved in creating these wonderful, gifted students.
So like everyone here, I'm thankful for my parents. They gave me everything I needed and wanted. But I'd also like to thank all my AP teachers. They prepared me for college. They helped me pass those tests. And seeing their dedication to their profession and seeing how dedicated they are to our students, it was really amazing. And it made me realize that if you want something, go for it. Do it to your best ability. And I'm thankful for them. Some of those tutoring hours were backbreaking, but I'm just thankful for giving us what we needed to succeed.
So, and I've said this, I've visited with y'all are the fourth group that I visited with, and all of them, just about every student, I think all the students, they thank their families because they have been your support system, and they've been the consistent support system, and they will continue to be. And so you have that, but there's also family that's not blood related. There's close friends that have supported you. There are teachers that have supported you, that have all gotten you to where you're at. And so you have one more support system, and I really want you to walk away knowing that you have a support system in this district, and it's a support system that does not end next week at graduation. This school district is here to support you. I don't care, as I told the other group, I don't care if you're 25 years old and you're getting ready to apply to medical school or wherever it may be. Whatever that you need, know that there is a school system here ready to support you in whatever way we can. That tie does not end because there is no blood relation or because you're no longer enrolled. So I hope that you walk away with that. With that, that is going to conclude our little conversation today. Thank you all for spending some time with me. Thank you for the thoughts that you have shared with our future students and the people that are going to be listening. I'm super excited for you and for your future. And I will see you all next week at graduation on Saturday at noon. Thank y'all. Y'all have a great afternoon.